Okay, this is a small update for my solar tracker. As you can see, the 100 watt panels give, it depends on the sun, but for now 4 amperes to this low depletion battery. I use this solar charger for now, until in the future I plan to make one myself. I have another 2 solar chargers. This, I think, indicates that the battery is full, because really with 4 amperes all day it charges very fast, and I use it for most of my electricity at home, including lights and all small applications that take very little current. But still there are some other stuff that use 220 volt mains power supply, so mains voltage, AC voltage. I will show you now the apparatus itself. There is the linear actuator. It can step around 15 centimeters. When it's all the way up over there is a switch, and it closes the circuit, because it will not harm the motor over here when it's all the way up and you still give power. Problem, it still takes current, and that's not efficient. Whenever it's all the way up, it should cut the current and stop any activity with this about going upper or trying to go this way any longer. The same goes to the down way. Whenever the this piston goes down, I want it to press by this bolt on this salvage the switch, and then it disconnects. It tells the microcontroller disconnect the that IC. I think it's L329 something like this. I will write it in the video description. Because long time I didn't use this IC. It's a very beefy IC, because it needs to supply around 4 amperes for this motor to function. This is a salvage motor. Now, once I used the microcontroller, I bought some microcontrollers of Arduino. It's Atmega328p, and they were, I got them without what's called bootloader. Now, if you get them without bootloader, it will not use the external oscillator, which means instead of working in the normal speed that it's designed to be, it will work 1/16 divided the time by 16th by 16 times, like every 16 seconds. For it 1 second. So it became very slow, and what happened is that whenever this switch was pressed to stop the motor from going down, because it has around 400 milliseconds to stop, I gave it a little time. It stops it press a little, and then it has very little more time to go a little down, but it will not ruin anything. What happens with the time difference is that it told it to stop, but it took 16 times more. Like if it has a range of half a second, 16 times this, it's 8 seconds more, and it continued to go down and down and down, and it broke the switch itself. Now it's not connected, it's not glued to the rod, and I didn't understand what is happening here, because the system worked strangely, very strange, awkward way, and until I found out that I had to burn a bootloader with these new ICs, because I bought them cheap and they didn't bother to burn a bootloader. So I did it. It's very simple. Now, every 1 hour, the system checks where the sun is, because the sun is not going that fast, and the angle should be adapted. The angle of the two angles, the x-axis and the y-axis of this panel, should be adjusted once every 1 hour. It will be just fine. So there is a quiescent current that this circuitry takes. Here it says 0.01 ampere, which is 10 milliamperes. But if I check it correctly, it is 8.5 milliamperes. It's less than 10, because the multimeter is not adjusted on the correct scale. The scale should be here to read the accurate, very small small quiescent current. The problem that if I change it now, I will make a disconnection, and if I make a disconnection, the CPU will start. The microcontroller will start all over again and adjust the apparatus. While doing so, it will consume 4 amperes. If it consumes 4 amperes, this milliampere scale will not work, because it just needs to read very small amperage and not 4 amperes. I can still do it by connecting the wires and then disconnect it. Leaving the circuit closed and then change it. But I will not do it now with one hand. I take a picture with the other hand. You should believe me that the quiescent current, what it says here, is 8.5, a little less than what it says now, 1. Now if I will change the button to the testing point, now it checks every 1 hour. But if I want to check, I take it there. And now, for example, if I make shadow on the right, it thinks that the sun is on the left. You see, it takes it up also. That's what it thinks. It thinks the sun is on the left and upper. That's what the shadow of my hand is doing, until it will press the button. But it will not press if I moved from it. Let's see how it goes back again to the normal position where the sun is. Goes down. That's where the sun is, more or less. I can adjust it, but like in 10 degrees deviation, that's not that bad. Let me take it to the left again. It goes somehow to bottom also. Now somehow it went it went back to the to the quiescent current, and it went back to sleep. It found that this is the position it needs, and actually this is a testing time, and oh no, it's still running, because whenever it is testing, it should still now run to the left. Now I haven't been from yesterday, I haven't been at home, and it seems that it worked quite good. Of course, there is the time to test is much more than a week. You should test it for at least a few months to be sure that everything is running okay. Now I'm trying to make a shadow on the right, so it will turn much more to the left. Anyway, it will adjust itself now to whatever it thinks the correct position. If I want it a little bit to go to the left, I think I should do this, and it will go a little bit to the left. And if you more or less see where the sun is, I don't know if you can catch it. Opa, never mind. I think it's really in close perpendicular to the zenith. So that's, I will turn it back to the 1 hour check. It's important to measure the current, because first, if it is not efficient, like if it produces 4 ampere, which is 4,000 milliampere and more, sometimes it produces more than 5 ampere. So let's say 4,000, and it takes from it, let's say 8 or 9. From these 4,000, it takes 9. That's something that you can easily live with. It will charge the battery, and there is no problem. Once in an hour, there is adjustment of let's say about 3 to 5 seconds, which it takes like between 300 milliamperes to 3 amperes. It depends what adjustment there need to be, if left right, which is with the stepper motor over there, or with up and down, which is with the linear actuator, that takes more. But generally it works efficiently, and most of the time it just the system rests. So I will turn off this ampere meter, and still it conducts. It doesn't matter that the ampere meter is electrically closed. Now another thing, one thing more, a very important thing, is that whenever there is pouring rain, you don't want water inside. And last rain it was closed, but still I could find some drops, some puddle over here of water. So I found out that water was percolating from these holes, so I closed them. Another thing is that the wires will go from here down, and water will pour from here, and will not be able, hopefully, to percolate and do this way and down to the box. Nevertheless, if water is coming down here, it will still not be inside the circuit. If it will ruin it, because the circuit is working in very, very low electricity, and every change in conductivity will ruin the decisions of the microcontroller, not to say that it will make it rusty and other problems. So this is the way I close it. You can see here, I just put all the wires with one. Oh, look at this grease. I will clean my hands in a moment, in a few minutes. So that's one place where all the wires should be. You see, now it's closed. And over here, you see, over here all the wires are in the middle, and the box is more or less water sealed. Thank you very much for watching. I enjoyed making this project of solar tracker. What's important here is not that you need some experience, and the circuit is quite simple, but you need to experience it in order to find faults and problems that you may encounter on the way. That theory is 50%, and I would say a practical experience is the other 50%. Thank you very much for watching.